In the vast and mysterious expanse of the dark web, where anonymity reigns and secrets are traded, there exists a hidden corner known only to the most daring. This clandestine marketplace is called the Haunted Auction, a place where cursed and haunted artifacts are sold to those who seek forbidden knowledge or twisted thrills. The auction is shrouded in secrecy, and only the bravest, or most foolish, venture into its eerie depths. Ethan Cooper was a tech-savvy young man with an insatiable curiosity for the unknown. His fascination with the dark web had led him down many strange and dangerous paths, but none intrigued him more than the rumors of the haunted auction. Ethan had always been drawn to the supernatural, and the idea of acquiring a haunted artifact was too tempting to resist. One evening, after weeks of searching and following cryptic clues, Ethan finally discovered the hidden portal to the haunted auction. His heart raced with anticipation as he navigated through layers of encrypted security and entered the shadowy marketplace. The dimly lit screen displayed an array of bizarre and eerie items, each with a detailed description and a bidding timer. Ethan's eyes fell upon a particularly sinister item, a vintage porcelain doll with hollow, lifeless eyes. The description claimed that the doll was possessed by the spirit of a vengeful child who had met a tragic end. Despite the warnings, Ethan felt an inexplicable urge to place a bid. Ethan's fingers trembled as he entered his bid, and he watched with bated breath as the timer counted down. To his astonishment, he won the auction. An encrypted message arrived with instructions on how to receive the doll. Ethan followed the directions meticulously, and within a few days, a plain, unmarked package arrived at his doorstep. Inside the package was the porcelain doll, wrapped in layers of black tissue paper. As Ethan unwrapped the doll, a shiver ran down his spine. The doll's eyes seemed to follow him, and an eerie chill filled the room. He placed the doll on a shelf in his study, trying to shake off the feeling of unease. That night, Ethan had vivid nightmares of a young girl with dark, hollow eyes, reaching out to him with a sinister smile. He woke up in a cold sweat, the doll's presence looming in the darkness. Ethan tried to dismiss the dreams as a product of his imagination, but the feeling of dread lingered. In the days that followed, strange occurrences began to plague Ethan. He heard whispers in the dead of night, faint and unintelligible, but unmistakably real. Objects in his apartment moved on their own, and he often felt an icy breath on the back of his neck. The doll's eyes seemed to glow with a malevolent light, and its position would change when Ethan wasn't looking. Ethan confided in his friend, Olivia, who was skeptical but concerned for his well-being. She suggested that they research the doll's history to understand what they were dealing with. Together, they delved into the dark web, searching for information about the haunted artifact. Their research led them to a tragic story from the early 1900s. The doll had belonged to a young girl named Clara, who had died under mysterious circumstances. Clara's spirit was said to be restless, seeking vengeance on anyone who possessed the doll. The previous owners had all met with untimely deaths, and the doll had changed hands many times, each time leaving a trail of misery and despair. Ethan and Olivia realized that the doll was more dangerous than they had anticipated. Determined to rid themselves of the cursed artifact, they decided to contact a renowned paranormal investigator, Dr. Samuel Harrington. Dr. Harrington had dealt with many haunted objects in his career and agreed to help them. When Dr. Harrington arrived at Ethan's apartment, he immediately sensed the malevolent energy emanating from the doll. He performed a series of tests and rituals to determine the extent of the haunting. The results were alarming. The spirit attached to the doll was incredibly powerful and vengeful. Dr. Harrington explained that they needed to perform a cleansing ritual to banish the spirit and break the curse. The ritual required specific ingredients and precise incantations, and any mistake could have dire consequences. Ethan and Olivia agreed to proceed, hoping to end the nightmare once and for all. As night fell, Ethan, Olivia, and Dr. Harrington prepared for the ritual. They created a sacred circle in the center of the living room, placing candles, herbs, and crystals around the doll. Dr. Harrington began to chant the incantations, his voice steady and commanding. The air grew cold, and the candles flickered. A dark mist enveloped the doll, and the whispers grew louder, filled with anger and sorrow. Ethan and Olivia held hands, focusing on the protective energy of the circle. Dr. Harrington continued the ritual, calling upon the spirits of light to banish the darkness. The doll's eyes glowed brighter, and the room seemed to tremble with an unseen force. The tension was palpable, and Ethan could feel the spirit's resistance. Suddenly, the doll's eyes flashed, and a deafening scream echoed through the room. The dark mist swirled violently, and the candles were extinguished. Dr. Harrington's voice grew louder, overpowering the chaotic energy. With a final, powerful incantation, the dark mist dissipated, and the room fell silent. The oppressive presence lifted, and the doll's eyes returned to their lifeless state. Ethan and Olivia breathed a sigh of relief, knowing that the spirit had been banished. Despite the successful cleansing, Ethan couldn't shake the feeling of unease. He decided to dispose of the doll, hoping to put the entire ordeal behind him. He wrapped the doll in cloth and took it to a remote location, burying it deep in the ground. However, the nightmare was far from over. Ethan began to experience strange visions and unsettling dreams. He saw Clara's spirit in the shadows, her hollow eyes filled with anger. The dark web auction seemed to have left a mark on him, one that couldn't be easily erased. Ethan's mental state deteriorated, and he became increasingly paranoid. Olivia tried to support him, but she too felt the lingering presence of the doll's curse. They realized that the dark web auction had connected them to a malevolent force that transcended the physical realm. Desperate for answers, Ethan and Olivia returned to the dark web, seeking any information that could help them break the lingering curse. They discovered that the auction was run by a shadowy figure known only as the Collector, who specialized in selling haunted artifacts with devastating consequences for the buyers. Ethan and Olivia decided to confront the Collector, hoping to find a way to end the curse. They followed a series of cryptic clues and navigated through layers of encrypted security until they finally located the Collector's hidden lair. The lair was filled with shelves of cursed artifacts, each one radiating a sinister energy. The Collector, a tall figure shrouded in darkness, greeted them with a chilling smile. "You've come a long way," the Collector said, his voice cold and calculating. "But breaking the curse won't be easy." The Collector explained that the only way to end the curse was to destroy the doll and release the trapped spirit. However, the process was dangerous and required a sacrifice. Ethan and Olivia knew that they had no other choice. In the aftermath of the ordeal, Ethan and Olivia felt a profound sense of relief and closure. The dark web auction and its malevolent forces were behind them, and they could finally move on with their lives. Their brush with the supernatural had left them scarred, but it had also forged a bond of resilience and determination. Ethan and Olivia decided to use their experience to help others who were dealing with haunted artifacts and paranormal phenomena. They founded a paranormal investigation agency, aptly named Spectral Guardians, dedicated to uncovering and neutralizing haunted objects. Their mission was to protect others from the dangers of the supernatural and ensure that no one else would fall victim to the dark web's sinister auctions. With their combined knowledge and skills, Ethan and Olivia quickly gained a reputation as trusted experts in the field of paranormal investigation. They traveled far and wide, investigating cases of haunted objects, cursed places, and unexplained phenomena. Their work brought them into contact with people from all walks of life, each with their own unique stories and experiences with the supernatural. Their first major case involved a haunted painting that had been terrorizing a family in a small town. The painting, which depicted a dark forest, seemed to come to life at night, with shadowy figures emerging from the canvas. Ethan and Olivia conducted a thorough investigation, uncovering the painting's dark history and the tragic story of the artist who had created it. Through their efforts, they were able to cleanse the painting and bring peace to the family. As their agency grew, Ethan and Olivia expanded their team to include other skilled investigators and researchers. They provided training and mentorship, sharing their knowledge and expertise with the next generation of paranormal investigators. Together, they tackled increasingly complex and dangerous cases, each one bringing them closer to understanding the mysteries of the supernatural world. The story of the haunted auction became a cautionary tale, a reminder of the dangers that lurk in the shadows and the importance of facing the unknown with courage and determination. Ethan and Olivia's legacy inspired others to approach the supernatural with respect and caution, understanding the delicate balance between the living and the spirit world. The story of the haunted auction became a cautionary tale, a reminder of the dangers that lurk in the shadows and the importance of facing the unknown with courage and determination. Ethan and Olivia's legacy inspired others to approach the supernatural with respect and caution, understanding the delicate balance between the living and the spirit world. One day, while attending a paranormal conference, Ethan and Olivia were approached by a young woman named Rachel. She told them about a haunted mirror she had inherited, which seemed to show glimpses of another world. Intrigued by her story, they agreed to investigate. Rachel's case brought them to an old mansion on the outskirts of a picturesque village. The mirror, adorned with intricate carvings, was indeed a portal to another realm. Through careful research and a series of rituals, they managed to close the portal and release the spirits trapped within. The experience deepened their understanding of the interconnectedness of the physical and spiritual worlds. As the years went by, Ethan and Olivia continued to grow and evolve, both as investigators and as individuals. They learned to balance the demands of their work with the need for self-care and personal growth. Their friendship blossomed into a deep and enduring love, and they supported each other through the highs and lows of their journey. The mansion where Ethan had first encountered the haunted doll became their headquarters, a place where they could regroup and plan their next adventures. The mansion was filled with artifacts from their cases, each one a testament to their bravery and resilience. It was a place of learning and reflection, where they could share their experiences with others and continue to grow as a team. Ethan and Olivia's work had a profound impact on the world of paranormal investigation. They were often called upon to speak at conferences and seminars, sharing their insights and experiences with a wider audience. Their agency published a series of books detailing their most intriguing cases, which became bestsellers and sparked a renewed interest in the supernatural. The village of Eldridge, where Ethan had first encountered the cursed doll, became a hub for paranormal enthusiasts and investigators. The village embraced its reputation as a place of mystery and intrigue, attracting visitors from all over the world. The annual Haunted Legends Festival became a beloved tradition, celebrating the stories and experiences of those who had encountered the supernatural. Ethan and Olivia's legacy extended beyond their work as investigators. They became advocates for mental health and well-being, recognizing the toll that their work could take on their own minds and spirits. They offered support and resources to others in the field, creating a community of like-minded individuals who could share their experiences and find solace in each other's company. In the twilight of their years, Ethan and Olivia often reflected on the journey that had brought them together. They knew that their work had made a difference, not just in the lives of those they had helped, but in the broader understanding of the supernatural world. They had faced unimaginable horrors and emerged stronger and wiser, their bond unbreakable. As they sat on the porch of their mansion, watching the sun set over the rolling hills, they felt a deep sense of peace and fulfillment. The dark web auction and its malevolent forces were a distant memory, overshadowed by the countless lives they had touched and the mysteries they had unraveled. And so, the story of the haunted auction and the brave investigators who had faced its terrors continued to inspire future generations. Ethan and Olivia's legacy lived on, a testament to the enduring power of courage, resilience, and the human spirit. The world was a little bit safer and a little bit brighter because of their efforts, and they knew that their journey was far from over. If you enjoyed this heartfelt and want more engaging stories and content, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us continue to bring you stories that ignite your imagination and keep you on the edge of your seat. Thank you for being part of our storytelling community.